Hello everyone and welcome back to your second stimulus check and second stimulus package update for today, September 30th. There is serious progress according to Mnuchin and Pelosi. Earlier this morning they confirmed that there is a serious compromise made. I think your second stimulus check might be coming soon. If you have already subscribed to my channel, welcome back and thank you very much. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing for your stimulus updates and other personal finance tips in the future. How long has it been now? 6, 7 months since we had the CARES Act passed and the approval of the first stimulus checks. That wait and see game lasted just a bit longer than we all wanted or expected to, right? Well, the pressure around the presidential election is building up, and I'm not surprised that we're getting closer and closer to approval of a new stimulus package. By the way, did you watch the presidential debate last night? Let me know down in the comments what you think and how did you like the candidates last night. So, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin are trying one more time to get a stimulus package deal to be signed into a law before election day. Compromises had to be made in order for that to happen, right? So Pelosi and other top Democrats have unveiled a $2.2 trillion stimulus package plan. That's down from the $3.4 trillion HEALS Act that passed the House in May and, as we all know, was completely ignored by the Senate. Most importantly, the new stimulus package proposal includes a second stimulus check among all the other provisions. And if we can use the stock market as a measurement of excitement from investors, then this morning it showed that excitement with quite a swift move, jumping by 400 points in the early hours when the news broke that Mnuchin and Pelosi have made a compromise. Mainly because of Mnuchin's interview and the optimism that it's building up again for a stimulus package. Yes, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is very optimistic about reaching a coronavirus aid deal after the standstill in Washington has been dragging on for weeks, even months now. According to Mnuchin's interview, there will be one more serious try to get this done. And he thinks, and he is actually very hopeful, that they can get something done. This was said by Mnuchin at the Delivering Alpha conference presented by CNBC and institutional investors. As we know, there have been multiple conversations between Mnuchin and Pelosi already this week, and he thinks there is a reasonable compromise here that they can work with and pass another stimulus package. So, House Democrats announced a new stimulus bill. What is included in the new bill? I will give you the list of provisions right away. First, of course, we have a $1,200 stimulus check for individuals and $2,400 stimulus checks for married joint filers. Dependents benefit a lot from this because they will now receive a $1,200 check compared to the $500 before. We also have a $600 weekly federal unemployment benefit, an amount that has been rejected by the GOP already. So we need to see this negotiation and how that will be handled. In addition, there is $120 billion of funding for the restaurant industry. I think we can all agree that the food and restaurant industry was hit very, very hard by this pandemic. There will also be included in the new bill financial relief for the airline industry. I mean, there are over 50,000 jobs on the line if the airline industry don't get some additional financial help. In addition to all this, in the bill we have $225 billion in education funding. It's undeniable that schools reopening has caused a huge spike in coronavirus cases. Schools need more funds to reopen safely. We also have $436 billion in financial aid for states, local, and tribal governments. This is basically slashed in half from the previous proposals, which is a great step in the right direction in order to pass this bill. Additionally, $75 billion for COVID-19 testing and tracing. Of course, we have $15 billion for the U.S. Post Office and an additional food assistance benefits. That is what $2.2 trillion gets you, folks, in case you have it, spare change laying around. What stands out to you in this proposal? Drop a comment down below, and I will tell you what stands out to me. On a positive note, we have almost everything the country and the economy needs. Extending unemployment, second stimulus check, financial help for local governments and struggling industries. That all looks great to me. But in a way, this bill is incomplete. Personal perspective. Couple things that are missing are hazardous pay, something that our frontline workers deserve for all their hard work during this pandemic. We also don't see any eviction moratorium extensions, and we know that the executive order from President Trump will expire soon. Just to show you how important that is, a SWAT team was called here locally because renters refused to obey the eviction notice from their landlord. This, my dear viewers, is a real threat in the near future that could become a big problem nationwide. Some people are so behind on their housing payments that landlords and banks will not have a choice but to evict them, if they cannot catch up with the payments, of course. In addition to all this, I believe the unemployment benefits are set too high to the GOP likings. We know the Republicans time and time again expressed their views that those benefits need to be lowered. So that would be a talking point for sure. Also, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is insisting that a liability shield against potential lawsuits brought against businesses, schools, and universities that reopened during the pandemic be part of the next legislation. Pelosi opposes the idea and didn't include it in the new stimulus package proposal. So as you can see, on one side, we do have some nice compromises that will get us closer to the deal. But on the other side, there are still provisions missing that might cause additional delays in Congress. It was very nice of Pelosi to come out and say the Democrats are making good on their promises to compromise with the updated bill, which is necessary to address the immediate health and economic crisis facing Americans' working families right now. According to Pelosi, they have been able to make critical additions and reduce the cost of the bill by shortening the time covered by the provisions. But to be real here, McConnell can do the same statement for the Republican Party with a similar bill, and that doesn't mean that we have an agreement. The bottom line is, key Republican requests are missing from this proposal. What do you think? If it was your vote and you're alone, would you pass the bill as is, or would you make changes to it? As always, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you're staying safe. please hit the like button. And as you know, I have given you all the updates as soon as physically possible with working around the clock for you. And as soon as we know more, you'll see it right here on the Finance Kit channel. I want to say thank you if you have already subscribed to my channel. If not, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the bell notification, because I will continue to bring you updates as they happen. I hope this video was informative and provided some value to you. Like and share if that's the case so more people can see it. Down in the description, you will find some other helpful links and other helpful videos. Thank you for pushing your financial mindset towards a better reality. Until next time, stay positive, master your finances, and take a good care of yourself and those around you.